Most tape damage is caused when the tape is laced and unlaced. So always go to the beginning or the end before ejecting.
If you don't want anybody to tape over your favourite video, all you have to do is pull off the little tape on the side. But then, if you change your mind again, all you have to do is get a piece of sellotape, stick it over the top, like that, and then you can record over it again.
Cleaning your remote control unit. First, you take the batteries out. Second, bit of mess, paintbrush, good scrub. Leave for half an hour. It's good, isn't it?
BBC Learning Zone with you throughout the night. Now, Teaching Today follows Addison Primary School in West London as it gets cabled up and an internal network and internet access is installed for all staff and pupils to use. On the one hand, the new technology poses difficulties and creates extra work, but on the other, it offers real potential for more effective teaching.
Addison Primary School is in the West London borough of Hammersmith. It has about 450 pupils.
Watch the screen. Now, I'm going to use the arrow, the scroll bar, to go down to anything to do with Christmas. I found on here I can see Christmas tree. If I click the Christmas tree...
These Year 5 children are learning how to create a Christmas card using desktop publishing software, with their class teacher delivering the ICT in the large IT room.
You can actually drag the picture onto the page. Now watch how I do this. If I take the arrow up to the Christmas tree and I click and hold the image, the arrow turns into a hand. Okay, and I can drag. That outline shows how large the picture's going to be. And when I let go, it appears there. Now, watch what I'm going to. I'm going to close the window by hitting that button here.
Make that smaller. Smaller, yeah, that there, yeah.
Addison School is well equipped with computers, with 16 in the IT room and another 16 in the classrooms. And the children enjoy using them.
See, that looks stupid.
Yes. At the moment, the computers in the school are not networked, so when pupils save their work, they have to be sure to come back to the same machine to get it back again.
Christian, we've done it. Well done.
1, 2, 6, 1, 6.
This poses problems. As this next Year 3 class comes into the IT room, the pupils have to be sure to sit at the same machine each week to get access to their work.
Want to see hands? Good. Whenever I say stop, remember, you turn round and you hold the back of the chair so I can see that you're not touching anything. This morning, what we're going to try and do, and you're going to try and do it on your own, to draw a bar chart on Claris Works. You need the instructions and you need the data that we've just collected in the class about when our birthdays are. So you're going to draw a bar chart to show when our birthdays are.
Wait, don't say anything. Yeah. Okay.
All the months are over there on the sheet if you don't know how to spell them.
U, T, E. No, you're right there. G, E.
It's all right, don't worry. All you need to do...
The ICT skills are well advanced in the school and include the use of word processing, control technology, art packages, as well as spreadsheets.
So we need to make it a bit bigger, so we're going to point to there, pull it across to after it says months, and let go.
October. O-C-T-O-B-E-R. I said to May. Yeah, I said to May.
But the inflexibility of all these standalone machines is holding back progress. The solution is to install a network. This is the server, the large new computer which will become the centre of the network, where all the information and data will be stored.
First of all, we have to open up all our accessories and find all the software that's waiting in here. That actually will be the network administration software. All the disks are here. The setting up of a network is the most time-intensive thing because you have to make sure you plan it beforehand so that you know who's going to have access to what, who's also going to have access to passworded sections, and that really has to be thought out before you even start putting it together and setting it up, because otherwise a badly planned network will cause all sorts of problems in the future.
Mike Gilchrist is a freelance ICT consultant, and he's setting up the network for the school.
Power socket. You'll make sure it's set to the right mains.
Schools could equally well employ the company that supplied the computers to do this, or might be tempted to do it themselves, though that could be a false economy.
Make sure the monitor's on, and at least the power supply is working to the computer. Everything seems to be working fine, the system's starting up, which means that the actual machine itself was fine out of the box, no problems so far. There I have a server ready to set up for the network.
At the same time, the cabling is going in all round the building to connect all the school computers to the central server. The cabling, server and some extra computers are being paid for with government funding. But the school has to look after some things itself. For example, the existing computers around the school have to be modified to work with the new network.
If you buy a ready-made system, with ready-made software, obviously every machine will come set up exactly the same. But obviously if you've got legacy equipment or equipment which is, you've got some software on, you haven't got on others, or you've got certain site license for a certain number of machines, like Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2, and the machines get swapped around, you may have to actually work on it. I'm also looking at the pupil folder, and I notice there's lots of work in there, so these pupils who obviously like to carry on with their work afterwards, I'm going to make a backup of that one as well, because obviously they may want to carry on with it after we've set the machine up, and they won't be too pleased if it suddenly disappears.
For the head and the IT coordinators, there are lots of practical details to discuss about how the network will be set up.
The cabling and everything's all been sorted and where it's going to go, but what we have to decide is who has access to what, how they're going to have access to it, how we cut off their access, and also about who's going to be the administrators and all the rest of it.
When you say administrators, do you mean people keeping an eye on it?
Keeping an eye on it, to sort of troubleshoot it, so getting into the system.
Okay.
Putting on new users, because obviously we have to think about that each year. New names, taking the old names off, killing the passwords, all that sort of stuff.
Will they not want to be passed on to other classrooms? Will you be able to do that?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, the new ones are the ones like the year sixes that disappear,
Yeah.
and then the younger children come on board.
Yeah.
And also we have to decide, how far we give them individual passwords.
For the staff who will have to take on the day-to-day running of the network, there are lots of new ways of working to think about.
At the moment, you put everything into a class
pupil,
folder.
yeah.
In pupil, but then you look at the class, and you open up the class folder and we put everything in there.
Yeah.
But we know it's only on that machine, let's say, or that machine there.
Yeah.
Here, what's going to happen is it's all going to be on that machine in the corner, the big server. Then anybody can have access to it if we allow it, okay? But we'll set up all the different sort of passwords and protocols. So therefore, if you are Tim in year 6, you can go into your folder on whatever machine you sit at.
Oh, I see.
Anywhere
I
in the
get that.
building.
Anywhere in the building.
Initially, that's my headache setting that up, and then then it'll be your headache to make sure to keep me going.
Yeah.
But I mean, once it's set up, in actual fact, it isn't as bad as it sounds. It is the setting up, which is a bit of a nightmare. But if you plan it well, it becomes much easier, and that's what we're doing. We can't do it quickly, and you can't do it when you're in a rush. You have to think, right, okay, I've got to set down, because if I make a mistake, it means one thing can't contact another,
Yeah.
Some weeks later, the cabling is finished. One by one, the computers are connected to the hub and the central server. The school's internal network is complete. One by one, the computers come online. The head teacher's keen to see how the new system works and what he's got for his money.
Nursery staff for reports and creating resources.
Again, there's a lot to learn about.
What's this? Well, there's a symbol here by manager.
That means that they have special access privileges.
As
Yeah.
we should have.
As opposed, yes, opposed to these ordinary users. You can just see this little face, yeah?
Yeah.
These are the stations in the computer suite, so individual stations can log on. Now, if I log on with one class, let's say class V,
Yeah.
I type in class V, no space,
Right.
and then they have a choice of which work groups they're going to go into, yeah? Whether it's Key Stage 2, normal stuff, internet, control technology, or multimedia. And at the moment, as you can see, we've got the limited amount of programs which is doing for the test suite, but all the programs are going to be there, which they're used to. Okay, for Key Stage 2, there'll also be a Key Stage 1, which the Key Stage 1 classes have access. Okay, yeah.
Right.
So, at the moment, each machine is coming online. As you can see down here, all they got, as long as you can see the log on screen, everything's fine. And it's all being controlled from that one over there at the moment, yeah? As an administration workstation, you've got all the system and everything there. What will happen is that it'll actually be going back to being a teacher's workstation.
Later in the day, one of the class teachers tries out the new network. First, to create and save a document on a computer in the IT room.
8 children. Will be in the food technology room, okay?
All right. Now go to the usual thing as you would save, which is file and save as, or
Save it to into class V here.
in class V, yeah. Okay, and you go to file and quit. You can quit out of the program if you so wished.
So now the message I've sent has gone to the server.
Exactly, and it's ready for you to pick up from any machine you like. You could actually go and open up there and pick it up from there if you so wished,
Right.
but obviously the classroom is the place you'd want
Yes.
to do.
So, should we go and see?
Yeah, why not?
So it's upstairs to the classroom to see if the new system works.
We find out from the machine whether your files come through or whether you can access it. You take a seat and log on.
Right. So is this the same as downstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Up here, they can call up the same document from a different machine, something they couldn't do before they had the network.
You go to Key Stage 2.
And right. And our work should be in the class V folder.
Exactly,
behind.
yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully your message is there. It's message 1.
Right.
Kicking the program automatically. Of course, you could have opened it from the program if your class worked open.
This
And there it
afternoon, 8
is.
children will be in the food tech room.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll also do away with the idea of having to produce hundreds and hundreds of worksheets. Because if you produce something on it on the computer,
You can save
you
it.
can put it on here, send it down to the server, and the children can open it up, work on it. put it
Exactly.
away. So time saving.
One of the things for the staff I've made is a resource work group. And what the staff can do is when they produce all their resources, they
Yes.
can keep them there. We'll have folders in there like
Yes.
year 1, year 2,
Yes.
etc. So that means that whoever goes and takes year 2 next year, there are some resources ready for them to use to support the curriculum. And because it's a shared folder, you'll be able to pick them out and put them in the classrooms.
I think the idea that you will be able to share the resources that you produce with teachers is going to be a significant difference. Although we do now, the speed at which you could do it would be far greater.
There's no floppies, no worrying about going around and that sort of stuff. It's all there. And the administrator, of course, will write stuff or reorganise stuff if people want it to be done so. But it's now, it means that the children can actually work in that computer suite and know that if they haven't finished the work or want to carry on, they can carry on in the class.
And it's superb because, really, you can come in the morning, you can load the work that you may have done elsewhere onto the computer, send it straight down to the server, and then 3 hours later go down there and you know it's there, it's ready.
Yeah. And it could be anything to support literacy or numeracy, something for them to finish off, something to actually add to. It's when it's really fully functional, it's a real support for teaching.
Oh, yes.
This really, okay, when I get this package, is what you would call an ISDN modem. It's
There are
called a
more
router.
technicalities for the head and IT coordinator to come to terms with. This router will connect the school network to the outside world of the internet, which raises other important issues.
You must get agreement from the parents so that they agree for one. Our policy stands about behaviour on the network, because it's not only just email and internet, it's using the network and everything else. On email behaviour, sort of children don't send hate mail to each other and things like that. Passwords, they're responsible about their own password when they get them. They don't give them to friends. But also the parents sign that to say, one, they give permission for the child to be online with you. Obviously, we have our policy where we only have adults, so they're only online when there's adults in the room. But that's very important that the parents agree with that, and also everybody agrees with it and follows it to the letter. No child must be online if someone...
Months have passed and the school is now connected to the outside internet.
Your username, now this is it, this is how you're going to put it in. Your username is your name with your initial in capitals, dot, and then your name with a capital letter at the front. Okay?
The staff are learning how to use email in one of the regular lunchtime training sessions from their ICT consultant.
The create button is the one which you'll click on, and that was the one that you'll do. If I click on that now, you come to this. Can you all do that, please? The next part you want on here is a subject. Now, it's really important you put a subject. And if you're going to get a lot of email, you're going to wish that everybody's put subject as well. Because if you've got a subject, you know what it's about. Can you please now do the top two? Can you do the ICT at asenseofwonder.co.uk as the address? And then in the subject, can you put test from and put your name down? Can you send me a message? And do make it nice.
They'll be able to use email to communicate over the internet with each other and with other schools. In fact, with anyone, anywhere in the world.
Go back up.
And so will the children.
Send.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Are the children going to have individual email addresses?
No, they're not. They're going to have the class email address. But the reason for that, one is because the actual pressure at the moment of trying to manage every individual password, and also manage the email, what they're receiving, what they're not receiving. To manage actually each individual email address at the moment would not be a goer.
Well, we're very lucky in that we get someone in one day a week. I mean, if we didn't have somebody in one day a week, a technical person coming in to help, I think we'd find it very, very difficult. Unless we were trained up ourselves. But then we would need one day out of the classroom a week to actually go around and help everybody, because it does normally take about a day to sort things out, any problems that have arisen during that week. There's always something that's gone wrong in the week, isn't there?
Yeah, always.
Or something not working,
So yes, I mean the technical side is something that just, I think as a normal teacher would just blow your mind. It's something that one specific person in the school, I don't think even one person could handle it really. It would have to be two people.
Yeah, two. Yeah.
In a school of our size, it's just too much for one person to handle.
But the new technology opens up new resources.
I'm going to go into the history section so that I can find whether there's anything on ancient Greeks.
Year 6 teacher Miss Habershon is using the internet to explore the World Wide Web for suitable sites on ancient Greece.
It's alphabetically arranged, so down to G. Search into Greeks. There are about 50 sites by the looks of things. Scroll down again. Some of the sites are more suitable than others because they actually go from 0 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 11, right up to 16 plus. So I've got year 6, so I guess I want about the 8 to 11 websites. Here we have British Museum Ancient Greeks Virtual Tour, so I'll have a look at that one. The All Souls School British Museum. So it's like a school that's put together their own website, but they've got quite a lot of pictures that we can use. Let's see if I can give them a specific task. Right, they need to click on the picture to make the picture bigger. It is quite a time-consuming business, but I think that because Year 6s always do Greeks, Year 3s always do Romans, that if the teacher that looks under the net and finds the good sites, then they can be bookmarked then. And then maybe the teacher that does Year 6 next time will just go back, look at the bookmark and go down. The thing is with the internet, there's always new stuff being added, so I suppose it's always just as well to every so often just have a quick search and see what's around.
But are all the teachers keen to use the new network?
No, they're quite receptive, aren't they?
Initially, it's just like this is another thing to add on to the load that we already have. But I think because it's becoming more exciting, as in with the introduction of the internet and the email, I think the teachers are becoming much more interested in it. At the moment, each teacher has always worked in isolation of others, so they've always been a bit, this is mine, it's on my bit of the computer. But we're hoping to set up a system where people register the file name, what's in it, so other teachers can look in this folder, for example, and say, good, somebody's done something on that, I can use that, and they can go in and find it. So it should eventually, if all things work well, be a good asset for us.
Or you can point at the bar and drag it down, and that will pull the picture down as well. Okay?
It's time for Miss Havisham to pass on her new skills to her Year 6 pupils, teaching them how to use the internet for the first time.
Just with your mouse, without clicking anything, move the mouse over the picture in front of you. What we're going to do today is we're going to browse the internet. So we're going to use the browse function. So point at that with your arrow again. You'll notice when you point...
Here they're using a specialised educational website that offers pre-selected links suitable for use in schools.
You click again, and hopefully you should have got on your screen something that says search pathways and lots of different curriculum areas. Now we're doing the ancient Greeks at the moment for one of our projects. So which category do you think we're going to have to look in to find information on the ancient Greeks? Z?
History.
It's history, that's right. So again with your arrow, point at history. You'll notice it changes to a hand again, and click on history. Now you might think nothing's actually happened because the screen looks exactly the same as it did before. The information is actually further down. So what you need to do again is point to the arrow at the bottom of the scrolling down bar and click on the arrow, and there you'll find...
Of course, to subscribe to internet services like this is another expense for the school.
Now we're studying the ancient Greeks, so which letter do you think we need to go to find the ancient Greeks? Ali?
G.
G for Greeks. Okay, so what you need to do now is point at the Greeks. Notice you get your hand there again and click. We know it's doing something because we can see the comets flying behind the letter N in the top right-hand corner. Again, it doesn't look like it's changed very much because on the screen you can still see all the categories you could see before. So what you need to do again is to scroll down, and underneath are all the sites that you can visit about the ancient Greeks.
In theory, through the World Wide Web, these pupils now have access to the biggest library in the world.
We went to the British Museum yesterday, so we're going to see if we can find the British Museum on the website. And what we're going to do, it's not on the first page, you need to go all the way down to the bottom. And at the bottom, you'll find the word pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the British Museum website is on page 5. Click page 5. Might take a little bit of time again. Go down again, scrolling down, until you find the words British Museum, Ancient Greeks Virtual Tour. Now this is a site that has been produced by a primary school. And on this site they've put different bits of information and photographs from the British Museum. Okay, so you've all got the title at the top, the All Souls School British Museum Ancient Greeks Virtual Tour. Now yesterday when we went there, we actually went into room 69. And there's an instruction here on the screen that says click here for a tour of the magical room 69 on the first floor. So click where it says here, and you'll see the title on your screen, Everyday Greek Life. And underneath you'll see lots of pictures of all the things that you saw in the museum yesterday.
So now their task is to find some pictures to illustrate their Greek projects. But what if they don't have time to finish in this lesson? The big advantage of the school network is that the children can continue their work on a different computer up in the classroom.
We're looking for the Greek border.
From any machine, they can now go into their class folder on the school network and find their work. Here they're calling up a document they've already prepared with a Greek border. Then they switch to the internet to find a picture of a Greek pot.
Wait for it to load up halfway. Go to browse.
There's the British Museum site again, with pictures that they can include in their own work.
Got to copy this image. Okay. Go up there. Go to Classworks. Go to edit. Paste. And there it is. Go to transform. Designs.
Oh, that's brilliant. Now, how about putting some text above it? Do you know how to do that? If you just go to the text box, good? Brilliant.
That big